Guys, what's good? It's your boy Phil. Today we are going through some previews and predictions for the next One Punch Man chapter whenever it does come out. Should be coming out pretty damn soon. Chapter 158. Last chapter, 157, pretty sick chapter. There was a lot of toss-up, Some of you guys didn't like it. I could see that. I could see why. But I liked it. I thought it was pretty sick. Seeing the boy Metal Bat and Garou team up against Sage Centipede. Kind of the second chance, right, for my boy Metal Bat and Garou to have their way at Sage Centipede, or a Centipede, I should say. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna see if that matchup continues on. I think it might. I hope it does for sure. Yeah, I think it will. I think it will. Yeah, I think it'll happen for sure. But also the other matchup I think we have to talk about is my boy Saitama and what went down with Evil Natural Water. He kind of vandalized Evil Natural Water. He really did Evil Natural Water pretty damn dirty. He was surfing on it and shit. He punched the eyeball and everything. He parted the sea at one point. So he was doing Evil Natural Water pretty damn dirty, and he got away with it pretty damn quick. That's for sure. So those are the two big things I think we have to talk about for next chapter. Unless something entirely different can come out next chapter, which I don't know if I think will happen. I mean, when I say entirely different, I'm thinking like the introduction of a brand new monster or villain or someone. Because, you know, there's still a possibility of Psychos, right, coming back at some point. She has to come back at some point. I think we all agree on that. And then, obviously, Orochi, right? Orochi's this guy I've been talking about for a while. It seems like he doesn't exist anymore. We'll see if he comes back too. I actually thought about this the other day. There's a few other monsters and a few other villains that like are good in the series that could come back at some point. And the people I'm talking about are My Mask and what's her name? Fucking oh shit, what's her name? You guys are gonna kill me. Super S, yes. How could I forget? Yeah, these are characters that, remember when we were in redraw season? Remember when that shit was going down? Yeah. They're kind of like still around and they're still in the scene of things, and we haven't seen them in a while, in a absolute while. So, we might see them at some point. I don't know how they would, you know, integrate into everything that's going on, especially Super S. I don't know what her role would possibly be, just because of the power level we're at now and the ceiling we're at with Sage Centipede and Evil Natural Water. We're up there and we're definitely past some of their bounds for sure. And all the other S ranks that are around, right? I mean, there's still a bunch of S ranks that, even though they might be somewhat injured, they're still in the scene, right? I'm talking about Pig God. I'm talking about Atomic Samurai. I'm talking about all those types of people who are around, but it's unclear if they could contribute at all. Which is kind of true. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Some previews, some predictions, all that fun stuff. Without further ado, let's do this shit. All right, let's start with Garou and Metal Bat versus Sage Centipede. So this was the matchup that is pretty hype, pretty cool. I enjoy this matchup a lot. The question is, though, is it going to continue? And I think it might. I think these two and their little synergy thing, it's really cool, and I think it could definitely work against Sage Centipede. The problem is, I don't think it's gonna happen, actually. I don't think it's gonna happen. I lied to you. I think it might have been a one-time thing. I think it might have been a one-time thing, the Metal Bat and Garou team up versus Sage Centipede. And I could see them diverging. The two of them, at least. And it might turn into a 1v1. That's what I'm thinking. So here's the problem with that, right? They both, right? This is what I talked about last video as well. Elder Centipede was strong as shit. And if he was in the current scene of things, he'd be some comp for sure. And there'd be people struggling against this boy Elder Centipede. Well, now we have a stronger Elder Centipede. And Elder Centipede had to get one punch, right? Now, I'm not up to date with my power scaling lore and shit, but I don't know if either Metal Bat or Garou are strong enough to take on Sage Centipede. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Combined, maybe the two of them teamed up, right? They were saucing the dude for a little bit this chapter. But on their own, I don't know if that's going to happen. For sure. But what I would like to see in this matchup, if this does become like an actual matchup, like a multiple chapter matchup, which I hope it does. That'd be pretty damn sick. I would like to see Metal Bat like kind of fucking unlock his might guy Rock Lee fucking Gates a little more. Uses his little buff ability that he has. I would like to see him use that to like the maximum potential that he could use it at, which I think it's like infinite. So I would like him to do some crazy shit with his fighting spirit with that shit, right? I would like to see that because we saw that in season 2, right? We saw him do that shit, but we didn't see him do it like a lot, like to higher degree of what he could have, right? So we haven't seen the ceiling of that yet, if there even is a ceiling. And I want to see that. I want to see it. I want to see Metal Bat fucking wail on some shit with his bat. So that's one possibility. The other possibility that I've heard talked about is Garou, you know, getting his ass beat by Sage Centipede and it being like the final catalyst to his further monsterization, right? And that's something I could totally see. That's something I could totally see for sure. And then that would lead into some other shit, right? So those are the two possibilities. As much as I would like for the Metal Bat and Garou team up to continue and they take on Sage Centipede, I just don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's gonna happen. And it'd be cool it'd be cool if they had some like team up synergy type moves that they throw down. All we saw last chapter was like the double kick that they did, so that was still cool. I don't think it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna continue. I should say. I don't know if I think it's gonna continue. I'm like 50-50, right? I think it could continue for sure for like another chapter or something, but I don't think it's sustainable. For how long can we watch Metal Bat and Garou take on Sage Centipede and it be like interesting? You know, that's kind of another thought to think about. So I think it's gonna diverge at some point for sure. As for who gets the main fight versus Sage Centipede, I think it's probably gonna be Garou, but I would love for it to be Metal Bat, man. I don't know. One of them is probably gonna get like knocked out or some shit. Could be Garou, and it could unlock his monsterization, or it could be Metal Bat and he just goes MIA. But that would kind of suck because Metal Bat just came back and he just got a big fight. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, there's also the possibility that more enemies and more monsters could get introduced. Because there's a bunch on the list that could pop up at any minute. And if that did happen, that would definitely change up the scheme of things for sure. So keep an eye on that. Summarization, moral of the story, Metal Bat and Garou, I don't think it's going to continue. I don't think so. I would love for it to continue, but I don't think it's going to, man. I don't think it's going to. And I think one of them is going to have to unlock that next level of their power to actually stand a chance against Sage Centipede. Otherwise, this might be another one punch. It might be another one punch, bro. I don't know. But we'll have to see. If it is Garou that gets the Sage Centipede fight, that would be sick. If it's Metal Bat, that would be even more sicker, maybe. I don't even know. It'd still be damn sick. But that's kind of where I'm at in the Sage Centipede situation. I don't know. I could be wrong. I kind of hope I am wrong because the synergy shit is pretty cool. But we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Now let's talk about Saitama and Evil Natural Water. So he punched Evil Natural Water, punched the eyeball right out of, not even the socket, just punched it out of the fucking wave, and he was violating Evil Natural Water. He was surfing the shit. He was splitting the sea and all that stuff. He was absolutely violating Evil Natural Water. Presumably, so Sage Centipede says Evil Natural Water is dead, right? He's like, oh shit, is it dead? I don't think that's the case, though. It might be, though, because it was a serious punch, right? But if it's not, that has some implications for sure. If Evil Natural Water is not dead, that has some implications. But if it is dead, then, I mean, then it's dead. I mean, what can you do? It's just water, right? So what could you do? It's kind of ambiguous. It's kind of ambiguous how it leaves off in the chapter, and I do hope we get some more information on this next chapter. I'm pretty sure we will. I'm pretty sure we will for sure. Get into the bottom of the evil natural fucking wormhole that we're in right now. I think that might be a primary focus of the next chapter, if the primary focus isn't of Sage Centipede and Garou and Metal Bat. But if I had to throw something at you right now about Evil Natural Water, I'm gonna probably assume it's not dead. Just because, I mean, we're talking about like God's underlings, and if they just die to the serious punch, I mean, it would make sense because this is One Punch Man we're talking about. But it would leave a foul taste in my mouth. Maybe, I don't know. Which has happened before, right? I was big on the platinum sperm has to do something, bro. He has to do something. He doesn't do shit. So that might happen again with Evil Natural Water. Evil Natural Water might just, you know, get one punched by Saitama, which is fitting because Evil Natural Water is presumably strong as shit. So it's likely that it had to get one punched anyways, so we might as well just do it now. But if it's not dead, that has some cool. That's cool. That's cool. If he survived the serious punch, that's pretty damn sick, and that will have some crazy implications. And then we're gonna have to think a little. We're gonna have to think a little about how Evil Natural Water could get taken down. I mean, you could just spam serious punches on it, but where's the fun in that? That's kind of boring, right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this next chapter. I do hope we get some information on this for sure. Because this is something that I'm confused about and curious about, and I think a lot of people are as well, on the state of Evil Natural Water and what's going down. I mean, he kind of punches it and then like a giant tsunami starts. Like, maybe that's it. Maybe he did kill Evil Natural Water and the seas are getting like calm and shit. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe the other eyeball like takes control or some shit. I don't know. There's a lot of theories, a lot of ideas about Evil Natural Water, and I think this one is just a wait and see type of thing about what happens moving forward. But those are like the two main things going on in One Punch Man right now. Like I said, there's a lot of different things that could happen that could change the course of the story, even though it definitely seems like we haven't hit the climax of the Monster Association arc. I don't think we have yet. It definitely, to me at least, it feels like we're in the second half for sure. Maybe even the third arc of the Monster Association saga, arc. What are we even calling it at this point? I don't know. It definitely feels that way. It definitely feels that way. Something huge is going to happen at some point. And I don't think it's happened yet. I don't think it's happened yet. Even though we've had a staircase and ladder of fucking crazy shit happening in One Punch Man. I don't think the biggest thing has happened yet, for sure. I mean, you know, they threw God into the mix. At some point, he's got to come out to play, right? So we'll see. We'll see if that happens, when that happens, and what circumstances that happens at some point. It's not going to happen next chapter. I'm letting you know. I'm talking out my ass right now. For next chapter, what am I looking forward to? Sage Centipede, Evil Natural Water. Those are the two big baddies right now that we have to take down. Who's gonna take down Sage Centipede? I'm probably leaning more towards Garou. I'm probably leaning more towards Garou. But if Metalbat can hang around for a little bit, I'd be happy for that. If he could use some of his fighting spirit and push it past further than we've seen before, I'm looking forward to that for sure. And the state of Evil Natural Water, a lot of mystery regarding that. If it's dead, cool, nice. Then I think we're dealing with a tsunami if it's dead. If it's not, then we have to think a little bit. We have to think a little bit about how we're going to take it down. Or if we're just going to spam punches on it. For people I'm looking to come into the mix at some point, not necessarily next chapter, but in the future maybe, I'm looking at, so yeah, like I said earlier in the video, I just thought about the redraws and everything, and about how Super S and My Mask had like their own redraws and shit going on. They could be potential characters to come into the mix. I think last time we saw My Mask, he was getting torn to shreds. So we'll see what that's all about. Has he healed yet? I don't know. Fear Ugly. A lot of people say Fear Ugly's dead. Are we sure about that? I don't think so. I mean, he's just like a sludge at this point, right? Does he die when he hits his fucking Dark Souls 1 sludge form? I don't know. That's a character for sure. A lot of characters that are just completely out of the mix at this point, I think, including Bang, Tatsumaki, Genos. Those are characters I don't think are going to do anything at some point. Kind of a toss-up with Atomic Samurai. I think he can fight if he wanted to. I mean, he's kind of hurt right now. He's kind of injured, but maybe that's something that happens in the future. Probably not, though. That's kind of it. Like I said, we're running out of characters. I'm a big fan of the Orochi and Psycho's propaganda. So maybe they come back at some point, who knows. But guys, that's kind of it. Those are my previews and predictions for the next chapter of One Punch Man. Let me know down below, what are you expecting next chapter or in the near future for One Punch Man? Is it redraw season? Are we going to get some fucking redraws? Let me know down below. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.